to remember. All around the world today, the kilo is a measure. Kilo is 1,000 grams. Easy to remember, easy to remember, easy to remember.
Do the math. When you start out, homie, and this is because the whole life, your whole game been scripted for y'all young cats that, you know what I'm saying, when you listen to me, you're saying, damn, Freeman, if I would have known this, I would have been put up on, I would have took my shot, I would have did this, and you know what I'm saying, and I'm glad that you got the information, but it's time to go, young homie, and this is what the whole do the math thing is about, because I got to explain game in such a simple situation that y'all cats can see the difference, so you know when you make that left, and everybody don't think you right, you dig what I'm saying, you gonna be all right, homie. So when I say do the math, I want you to really sit down and follow me, man. You might have to break out the pen and pad. You might have to rewind this one. You might have to send this to somebody else who always coming at you wrong when you're trying to be strong in your situations. Do the math is me telling you, homie, look at how people are making money and act accordingly, homie. Move in that direction. Because if I told you straight up, let me give you first case scenario. First cat come out of college, somebody offer you a job. You make 30 G, $2,500 a month, $2,000 after taxes, right? And you saying, Freeman, I get to dress up in bells and whistles. I get to go sit down with Molly, Peg, Sue, Bill, Brad, and Todd, you dig? Molly, Meg, Sue, Bill, Brad, and Todd. Molly, Meg, Sue, Bill, Brad, and Todd. Just for y'all cats who don't think I got the brain power to repeat it. You know what I'm saying? You're going to sit down with these cats. And you're going to say, Freeman, you know I'm living the life. I'm young and I'm on the ball. Homie, look at me. I got on my penguin suit. I got on a new so-and-so. I got on some new click-clacks. You know what I'm saying? I got my watch to match, you dig? And then you say, you know, Freeman, but I'm doing good. And then I go sit at Pepe. You know what I'm saying? I go sit with my boy Pepe who pushing hot dogs on the corner. And I say, Pepe, how much money you making? Senor, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not trying to put down Pepe. I'm using Pepe to show you that the cat don't got the education that you got. He don't got the swagger you got. He don't got the clean clothes you got. He don't hang around, you know what I'm saying, everybody either. He not breaking bread at lunch, you know what I'm saying, with Peggy Sue. And he say, Pepe, you know how you making your chips, man? Hey, Freeman, I'm doing real good, man. I'm making, you know what I'm saying, $5,000 a month, man. I'm only here for 3 hours a day. You know, I'm only here from 10 to 2, man. So if you want a hot dog, Freeman, you got to get in line, young partner. Do the math, homie. You over here going to work $2,000. You only making $2,000 after taxes. Pepe over here making 4 or 5 G's. He's serving hot dogs. You selling lines. You taking in bull. Let me go to another one because I want y'all cats to see what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? Your boy out there selling water, you know what I'm saying? You think he down on his luck, you know what I'm saying? Every hot summer day, you say, damn, I would never stand out there with, you know, telling people I got dollar water. So I'm going to give you another scenario. Hey, yo, partner, you out here on the street, it's hot, man. It's like night, hey, yeah, Freeman, but I'm making chips, man. I'm pushing $300 a day, $400 a day. So much so that me and my partner sold up the block. Look over there, that's my partner over there. Look over there, that's my nephew. Look over there, that's my cousin, man. And you know what I'm saying? We all making $300 on each corner a day. Damn, homie, is it really like that? Yeah, hey, Freeman, look, it's $1,200, you know what I'm saying, a week. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you know, $1,500 a week on them, Freeman. You know what I'm saying? And we making, you know, 6 G's a corner. You know what I'm saying? So in this summer, Freeman, I might come up with 18 G's between 4 of us, and we all stay in the same house, or we all neighbors to each other, and we don't do nothing, man, but marinate for the rest of the year. So damn, homie, you making, you know what I'm saying, 18 G's, 15 G's a month. Damn, man, that's you know, you doing good, homie. Oh man, it's better than my niece who out here, you know what I'm saying, she got a job at the local, you know, she's a supervisor at the local YMCA, man, and you know, she coming in early in the morning. Hey, Freeman, I don't wake up to 10, homie, because I ain't making no money until the sun come out, you dig? So unless I'm out here selling coffee in the morning, homie. Do the math, homie. Do the math on your situation, because this is why a lot of you cats not jumping out here and getting your chips right. Because you're sitting there saying, oh man, you know what, but you know, Peggy Sue, who over there, and she makes money, and my friend Earl, he make good money. You know what I'm saying? And they don't have to worry about it. Because I'm going to tell you what's going to come back to you, man. Because this is the sound of a sapper, sucker, a second place finisher, you dig? This is what he going to say to you, young partner. He going to say, well, yeah, but my money's guaranteed. You know, I would go out there and hustle, Freeman, but my money's guaranteed. I mean, I know you tell everybody to get a business, but my money's guaranteed. Hey, look, let me get it to you straight, young partner. He think his money guaranteed. A lot of this recession, all these people right here in the recession, I bet you 3 years ago, them cats were talking major shit to your partner, telling you that, oh man, but you know what, Freeman, I'm making, you know, I'm moving up in the world, man. I just got a so-and-so. I wouldn't be out there hustling like you, man. You know what I'm saying? You can get you a job, somebody take care of you, man. You can go home at 5 o'clock. You can catch up with us at happy hour. But I didn't, man, because I can do the math, homie. I can do the math. You dig what I'm saying? I can spot a hustle, see how much money it's making, and sit back and say, if worse came to worse, and I got to stand out on this block, homie, I'm gonna give me a hot dog stand. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get me some. I'm gonna go find somebody who got them mitts and them scarves in the winter. I'm gonna go out there and I'm gonna set up a coffee and donut shop in the morning, man. I'm gonna make these units. I don't care if I got to get up at 5. I'll be done by 10. I'll be home watching TV, homie. You know what I'm saying? And it's 5-hour a day work while all these other saps and suckers to the game second place finishes over here being happy that somebody is taking their money. And I know some of y'all saying, oh, I ain't not taking our money. Hey, homie, if the game was pure, taxes wouldn't take 30%. But your game ain't pure, homie, so you got to sit there and take 30%. Then you got to pay to get gas in the morning. And then you got to dress up a certain way. How much money you losing trying to play that game? Now, don't get me wrong, man. If you in it, stay where you are until you come up with a better way to get out of it. But I don't want anybody walking around this earth lying about this shit no more. You know what I'm saying? Because it ain't no way in hell you working under somebody else is going to give you more money than the hot dog dude. And I don't care what the hell you talking about. If you ain't in charge of your shit, somebody in charge of your shit, and they make it look like you the one who stink, homie, that's the way the game is. So when I tell you to do the math, man, this is something I want to do so I can push y'all cats out there to get out there and get this real dough. Because the real dough is in you creating a business. See, the game is messed up. It's flipped on its head, homie. They got y'all young cats believing that a job equal money when a business equal money. They got y'all young cats saying, I'm going to go and move across country to get this job, instead of telling y'all self that y'all need to go across the street and push these products. They got y'all young cats thinking, damn, if you know, do I dress right? Do I smell right? Do I look right? Do I talk right? So I can be good at this interview, instead of saying, do I got the right product? Does it smell right? Does it look right? Do you think you would buy it from me, Freeman? That's the damn questions you should be asking yourself. All this other shit is a second place finishing way of seeing life. And a lot of you cats love this angle because you don't want to get out there and make things happen. Do the math, homie. $2,000 for the next 5 years of your life, right? 2 times 12 is 24. You're going to have $24,000 a year. Give yourself 3 years of making the same money. 3 years times 24,000 is what? 72, 73,000, somewhere in there? 72, right? 72,000. Right? Now, what if you would have just sold hot dogs and you made $2,000 a month your first year? Then $3,000-$4,000 the second year. Then $4,000-$5,000. You would have been done lapped that dummy by taking a shot. If you would have did the math. Do the math in all of these situations. Do the math when you think about coming into this chip game, because I don't want y'all to be lame, homie. I don't want y'all to be sitting there looking back. And let me help some of y'all, because y'all don't have the self-esteem to combat the suckers to the game. When you go down Mr. and Mrs. Jones Street and you keeping up with the Joneses, and they got 2 cars and they making payments and they got a big old house, and then they 1 recession away. See, let me tell you this. Let me put it as simple as possible, because I don't like to mince my words with this hustle, man. You are doing the cream of the crop, the best at what you can be, what God intended. I know that sounds like some prophecy, but let me give it to you straight, homie. You are doing what you're capable of doing. When a man can do with his hands and do for self, he is doing at the highest God wanted him to do. The highest. The highest level is a man who creates with his hand and does what God wants him to do. The man who digs himself a hole in the ground, plants his own damn food and eats it and grows it and does it again, is doing what God intended him to do. The rest of this shit that everybody else out here laughing and lying about is some sucker shit. To go and work under another man is not what God intended you to do. It is not the strongest position. In this game, man, when you do the math on this stuff, you can, let me tell you, it's go back to the caveman days for them white folks that believe in that. But the thing is, they had hunters and gatherers. The men went out and hunted, the women went out and gathered some stuff, some berries and everything else, right? And they had a meal, right? But that's what they were. They did the math. You are stronger than me. You like going out here attacking lions. Do the math. Maybe I shouldn't be out here. A woman saying I shouldn't be out here like that. You should, right? But when we fast forward 2010, 2011 into this game, and some of y'all still acting like women. Y'all still gathering. Y'all still getting put on. You're asking Peggy Sue. Do the math. Let me give you some more examples, man. Because y'all not paying attention. I want y'all to do me experiments sometime. I want y'all to get on Google and type in how much does an ice cream parlor make. All right? Do that one. I want you to get on Google and say, how much do you think the traveling salesman make when he sells vacuums or encyclopedias? I want you to do the math on this. I want you to say, how much does a barber cost or make? How much does a beauty salon person make? I want y'all to do the math on that. I want y'all to find out. I want y'all to Google it. And then I want you to ask yourself, well, how much does an entry-level college graduate make? And you know I ain't against education. I want y'all to get y'all books right so y'all can make the money right. But don't use them books as the reason why you're going to make chips. I want you to use them books to improve upon your chip game, your hustle that you already got set up and rolling. Do the math. I'm going to tell you straight up why I started my business. Just straight up, man. No lying, homie. Just straight up to you. I was sitting there making, thousands and millions for this dude. And I mean millions because I'm good at the game, homie. I'm a hustler, man. I put my shit in. And I stopped one day and said, damn, every time I do something for this dude, he makes $5,000. Every time I do it, and I'm doing 10 files, it's 50 G's. Every time I do it for myself, what am I getting? A pat on the back, and I got to be here listening to bullshit for 8 hours? So it don't take me long to see the math in the situation, to see what the money has really been making, homie. And I got the fuck up out of there. Let me say that the right way. The fuck up out of there, homie. It was a license that I needed to go get my own shit. I got that license. It was a software program that I need to start my own shit. I got that software. It was a desk, a computer, a fax, a phone that I needed to get. I got that shit. Because I can do the math, homie. If this motherfucker making 5 G's off of me touching one file, and I make 5 G's in a whole damn month, and I'm doing 10 files a day, this motherfucker's making $250,000 a fucking week. And I'm sitting here, you dig here, like I'm Irish. I'm sitting here, you know what I'm saying, helping this dude while he patting me on the back, sliding me $200 on a desk. I wasn't going to be a sucker for long, homie. I saw, but it's too late. You showed me the game. I ain't going to be a sucker for long. You know what I'm saying? I ain't going to sit there like everybody else and say, he makes all his money and they never really give me a raise. I know how much money they make and nobody ever give me a raise. I wasn't going to be one of them crying bitches. I wasn't going to be that dude. So I did the math, homie. And for that day forward, I've been doing the math in everything. I walk into a club. I say, damn, that bottle costs about... you know what I'm saying, $10 wholesale, all right, using the seller's permit, and damn, okay, then I go talk to the bartender, how much you want in them drinks? Oh man, $10, damn, how many servings in that bottle? I said about 20 servings, so they made $200 on a $10 bottle, damn, I gotta open up a club. You know what I'm saying? Hey, yo, I'm parking in the parking lot. Hey, homie, how many parking spaces y'all got? Oh, man, it's about 60. How much y'all charge a day? Oh, about $10. Y'all get packed? Oh, yeah, man. We make $600 a day. How much they paying you, young partner? Oh, man, that motherfucker only paying me, $6, $7 an hour. Man, damn. Only make about $50 a day, and this dude making $600. Damn! And you don't have to do nothing with that parking lot. You making $550 a day. You know what I'm saying? $2,500, $2,750 a week on owning a parking lot. Damn, there goes some dough. And I got a little dude sitting there taking tickets. Okay, I'm gonna write that down. Freeman gonna put that in the notebook, homie. Maybe I should open up a parking lot. You know what I'm saying? And let me give you the biggest dude of math, because I gotta help y'all to see something. Because a lot of y'all cats ain't ready for this. If a company is still running, because a lot of people will say that, oh, I wouldn't know now. I bet you they don't make no money. If they didn't make no money, the goddamn door would be closed. The liquor store would be closed if they didn't make no money. The laundromat would be closed. Stop listening to these saps who don't understand dough, don't understand money, who can't do the math. Because if they could, they would see the damn man, the laundromat, the dry cleaner is still making money. But he got to work 10 hours a day. It's better to work 10 hours a day for your own goddamn money than to work 10 and then get patted on the back and then the taxes come take 30% of your shit. Let me help you with the math even bigger, homie, so you know. So you can be ready for this when you get out. When you're an employee, they might take 30% of your money. That's your taxes. That's why everybody say, oh, you should get a house because you can use it as a tax write-off. Yeah, if you go on that sucker-ass way, didn't do that. But let me tell you what the taxes are when you own a business. The taxes when you own a business is like 20%. So if you do for self, if you open your own business, if you do the math, young partner, you are going to be able to actually do it even less, maybe even 10, 15% if you got a good accountant who can write all that stuff off like I do. You understand what I'm saying? Who know to write off the car you lease because nobody needs to buy anything. Who writes off the gas you buy, but you would buy it yourself, young partner, if you didn't have your own company, right? I can write off my clothes that I buy for my suits or whatever I got to wear that day. I get to write off my travel expenses when I fly out to New York or Miami or wherever. I get to write all that off. I write it off under the company. Now, if you did any of those things, it's coming out your pocket and your sorry ass $2,000 a month. So that's why you can't roll with us, partner, when it's time to go. You have fun. You can't do it. Hey, let's go to Cancun. Oh, man, give me 6 months because I got to save my chip-ass, punk-ass dough. Do the math, homie. If it ain't a reason for you to get your ass up and do it for self, then I don't know what I can do for you. Because there's money to be made, and you got to be in a situation where it can flip. And ain't no flipping in no goddamn job, but you flipping the bird at some punk motherfucker for having you there. Might as well flip the bird at yourself in the mirror. Do the math. Take a shot. Get that side hustle going. Get that money up, homie. Because if you don't, I'm going to tell you what's going to happen. You're going to sit back and tell everybody, you know what, but, you know, and they're a good company. And sometimes, you know, just like you were when you were 7 years old, they're taking us to the observatory today. Can you sign my slip? Sounding like a bitch. I know this one is harsh, homie. But you got to do the math. And you got to be able to piece together the hustle, piece together the puzzle, to piece together a meal so you can eat and so you can live right. When I say a meal, I mean M-E-A-L and M-I-L for million. You better piece this shit together. And rule number one is for you to do the math. And don't be part of the suckers who tell you this dumb shit like, oh man, if you know, not everybody. Yeah, right. That's true. Not everybody's gonna do it, but it is for everybody. That's like saying not everybody can take a piss. Yeah, some people pee on themselves, but some people pee in the urinal. I want you to do the math in everything you do. I want you to start worrying about, thinking about, figuring out how do they make water. This shit is on Google, young partner. You're not thinking about it. How much does a bottle of water really cost for them to make at Dasani, which is Coca-Cola, and then how much do they sell it for? And someone's gonna say, man, that's less than 1 cent. You're like, damn, they making 90 cents a bottle. I want you to break down how much money the supermarket make. They're getting all that shit at discount and putting an extra dollar onto it so y'all can buy it. And then you're gonna say, damn, they probably moving 1 million products a day, making $1 off each product. That little supermarket is making $1 million. I want you to do the math. This is an exercise from your boy Freeman, because we got to get into this hustle angle, this hustle mentality. We got to get ourselves up to it so we can have it all. So when I'm telling you to do the math, don't get mad at yourself for going the way that they set it up. Because they got y'all going backwards. That's why y'all can't be rich. They got you saving for 30 years so you could die and not even be able to give that money up. They got you doing reverse mortgages on your mother so your mother end up with no house and then she don't pass the shit on to you, and that would have made you wealthy. Do the math, homie. You got to be smarter about this chip game. You got to stop being what these other dudes are when they say, I got a nice suit, I got a nice house, I got a nice spouse. You can't be one of them dudes. I want you to be that dude that I always like to see when I'm going out to the beach, homie. I want to see the dude who say, hey, Freeman, what you doing tomorrow? Nothing, man. You want to come and get a sandwich, man? Chill, chop it up? Yeah, man, I'll meet you here tomorrow at 11. Cool, I'll meet you there, too. Because I don't got to go to work. Because I set myself, I did the math, homie. I'm in the right spot doing the right thing to flip my chips. Do the math. Don't listen to these motherfuckers before you end up poor and old and broke. Damn, this was harsh. Do the math, young partner. Hit me up if you got any more questions. Next time, partner.